welcome back to my channel. I've never been hounded for a video like this video. Nisha, today, literally, as I was preparing to shoot this video, someone sent me a DM saying, "Girl, EP review, yeah, Real Housewives of Durban, EP." So I had to do it. I had to give you guys what you want. I have to give the people what they want. So, Real Housewives of Durban, Season 3. Let's go. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Like the video. Click down below. What else do you need to do? Comment. Subscribe. Hey. One thing about me, I will not do episode per episode, okay? I'm more of like a highlights person. I want to talk about all the things that you guys want to talk about, the things that I want to talk about. I don't want to really talk about like the boring scenarios, which is why this video is literally starting on the 3rd episode, because I feel like we've all gotten kind of like comfortable with this season. This season is worth the chat, it's worth the talk. So that's why we are here, we are reviewing it, we're talking about it today. The direction that I'm going to take with this video, guys, I'm not going to be doing I'm not going to be talking about the first episode, second episode, because I'm kind of assuming that you guys have gotten familiar with the show. If you are someone who hasn't watched Real Housewives of Durban Season 3, the 1st episode, you probably should, okay? But don't worry, I'm going to try and like catch you guys up a little bit, talk about the new girlies, the housewives, my whole perspective on each girlie this season. Highlights, different that you guys want to talk about, that I want to talk about. We want to talk about the things that are juicy and steamy, and judging by the theme of this season, with this season. Honestly, for me, Real Housewives of Durban is probably the best franchise of the show in South Africa. I actually watched Cape Town just last week because I didn't care about it when it aired, but I gave it a look-see. It's kind of nice, like it's kind of cute, but I definitely feel like Durban has its own thing. Durban is running its own game, it's in its own lane, and the way this season is starting guns blazing. This is gonna be the season that we've all been waiting for, okay? So as you know, the first 2 episodes have aired. I'm not going to talk too much about them, but you guys know we have 2 girlies, and episode 3, my personal favorite girlie, and I'm going to tell you guys why. Slee is one of the new girls, or one of the new housewives of the show. For me personally, Slee is just absolutely stunning, guys. And yes, but Slee looks kind of like familiar to me. And there's one Mazalapi. I don't even follow her on social media. I've never seen her on social media, but she looks like familiar to me. I don't know. Tell me in the comments down below, guys, if she's trended for anything, but she looks so familiar to me. I don't know, man. The thing I like about Slee is like she's giving me substance. She's giving me like wholesome. She's a beautiful, stylish, stunning woman. She is a good mom, judging from what we've seen a bit. Like, she seems like she has a lovely relationship with her girls, and you know me, I love a girl mom. And she's giving like businesswoman. We saw her in the first episode, and it was a construction, and she's more of like a spiritual person. It's like she's spiritually gifted, judging from what she's told us on the show. And as you see in the 3rd episode, guys, I think they've gone to some like, it's not even a river, guys. Like, what was that? Waterfall, guys. It's like some beautiful place, like sacred place that they've gone there. And I think I'm gonna call it baptism because of lack of knowledge, but she's going through this whole process where they are throwing her in, and it looks so violent. And obviously this is me looking from the outside, but the way she's so passionate about this journey of hers. She also mentioned this in the first episode, that she is a spiritually gifted person. So yes, that's part of her substance in the show, that she's going to be sharing to people, that she's a gifted woman. I don't want to say she's a sangoma or she's a healer. I don't know, but she's in that industry, and she's going to be showing that on the show, which is something we've never really highlighted that much, especially in modern times. Seeing all these women who are wearing designer and living in these lavish homes actually, prioritize traditional and spiritual as the traditional and spiritual aspects of their lives. I feel like that's one of the things that contribute to her substance. I do want to say though that I don't know, guys, I feel like production has this pressure to sort of like create this seamless introduction of a new cast member, in that they force these friendships and stuff like that. I don't want to say Unonku no Slee are not friends, but there's definitely a theme where a production wants to push this agenda that these women know each other and stuff like that. The same way they tried to push Giorgio to be the one introducing Umbali. I just feel like it's okay to have a cast member show up and say, hi guys, I'm a housewife, I'm A, B, and C, and I'm a new cast member of the show. And let's keep it pushing. I don't feel like, I feel like let's not force this thing of making it seem like these women know each other and they care about each other and they're friends and stuff like that. Because it also begs the question about, is Unonku really friends with Slee, or did production put pressure on them to make that happen? So yeah, and also judging from what we saw in the first episode where they were bickering, but these are people who are supposedly friends, and Nangu Nogu is throwing Slee under the bus in front of Giorgio and things like that. It's just begging the question of, okay, is this truly a friendship? But I don't doubt that these women know each other, because the mere fact that they're having issues about how Slee is sort of like critiquing her in her parenting skill, in Nogu's parenting skill, I feel like this is obviously people who are familiar with each other in that regard. But I just want to say, production, you do not have to force these women to act like they know each other. It is okay. We know the show is not like 100% authentic. Let's not create unnecessary fakeness. You know, it's okay if they don't know each other. Let a new cast member come in purely on their own. It's fine. Do you get what I mean? Anyway, second scene, we have Maria. She's also a new girlie. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm gonna keep it very brief when it comes to Maria, because I'm also just like, she's not an it girl. Maria wants to be an it girl, but she's not. I feel like even till this day, I don't know much about her. I know that she's married to a surgeon, and that's pretty much it. I know people have said that she's gotten too much work done. I know she has, you know, very voluptuous lips, and probably that's the look that she's gone for. But I also just feel like she brings nothing to the table. She's just going to be someone who is there. I think I would just like to know why the production team casted her. Like, what were their hopes? What was their thought process? Maybe it's a money thing, angazi, but I feel like Maria isn't. I don't want to say an extra, because she has a peach, but there's nothing really special about Maria. And that's actually one of her struggles right now on the show, because in this scene, she invites Annie and they're going horse riding, and she then expresses to Annie what she feels like Sorisha is mising her. Honey, the whole nation is mising you. Like, I get it. I get why Sorisha didn't feel the need to go above and beyond. Also, the way Maria was introduced as Giorgio's friend, Giorgio didn't even like make her a significant friend of hers or anything like that. I remember at some point Giorgio was asking her to help her set up decorations like while she goes to go get dressed. She definitely seemed like someone who's part of her entourage, not really someone who's part of the show. So I don't see anything wrong with Sorisha not giving Maria her moment, but I also feel like Maria is being delusional by creating this beef that she feels like Sorisha is sidelining her because Sorisha doesn't want another Indian girl to shine. Honey, do you know who Sorisha is? And I get that maybe Maria is targeting Sorisha because she's like, let me knock down a big bull to sort of like solidify my spot, but it's not gonna happen, baby. You don't have the range. You're gonna have to let the whole Sorisha beef go, because Sorisha is she's well established where she is. So I'm not even talking about her money. I'm just talking about her positioning in the show. She's done the whole thing of being the mother, of being the voice of reason, of keeping it cool. She's now gotten into her own, you know, she's in her own element now, Sorisha, where she's like, I'm gonna give you guys the tea. I'm gonna talk whatever BS, I want to talk, I'm going to stand up for myself, I'm going to, you know. And I like that for Sorisha, because apparently people who know Sorisha from other shows were surprised that also Sorisha was playing it cool, because Sorisha is someone who's supposedly opinionated. So it's good to see this side of her. And I'm glad that Andy called her out in the reunion, like, girl, don't do that. Don't be playing nicey. These people are not going to complain that you didn't invite them to your private jet and you think that's fine. Tell them, DJ, girl, this is my husband's money. I can do whatever I want. I'm saying all of this to say that Umaria needs to relax. I know in her head she thinks that Sorisha is coming for her, but it's actually the other way around. And so Sorisha is just living her best life. She's not paying any attention to you, my dear. Neither are we. We're not paying any attention to you either. But let's move on to the next scene. The next scene we have Usane, Ujojo, Nunungu. They've gone out to a restaurant somewhere in Durbs to talk about sort of like debrief from the previous episode. And y'all know the previous episode was full of fire, where Usane decided to just literally drop into Sorisha's event and literally cause chaos. I also feel like it's interesting that Jojo is the one who is like orchestrating this meetup. Guys, Jojo, didn't she arrive yesterday in this show? Why is she the glue? Why are they pushing this agenda that Jojo is the glue of the show, whereas Jojo, last week, she's brand new from yesterday, but they are making her unini leaks of the show. I just find that very bizarre. But anyway, the girls are meeting up, and sure enough, you know, Nonku and Jojo are addressing Usane. But baby girl, why did you feel the need to say all of the things that you were saying to Londie? And for those who may not know, Usane literally just started dragging Londie ngendaba zakhe zonke, all of her business she threw in her face. But, and this is not so much in Sane's defense, but I do want to say that not really what warranted that, but in that situation, Jojo was asking Londie, you know, we haven't seen you in a while, like what's going on with your life? Because, you know, based on what's happening on social media and stuff like that, and her marriage and, you know, all of that stuff. So Jojo was asking, wanting to know what's going on. What does Londie say? And I feel like Londie's default personality or character is to be a mean girl. That's why in that moment she was like, there's people here. Oh, I was like, she said it in a disrespectful way. I don't know what she said, but she the way she said it was very like, what are you saying? Like, why did you have to say that? Because she could have just said, but I know, Jojo, like, this is not the right time, or, you know, maybe when it's just you and I, or, you know, this is not the right event to talk about this stuff, or because, you know, but the way the funny thing is that she knew that Usane was listening. She knew that Usane was watching her when she was saying, there's people here, Usane. That's when Usane felt like, Raibo, and a girl, your ndabas are known by everyone anyway. And then you guys heard Umbali Ati. What was she saying? But something like, I'm like, what's it? Something like that. Usane then dragged Lord, talking about how, you know, she would still be driving a Range Rover if she stayed with that man. The man left her. Don't. She's promiscuous or disrespectful. Yeah, pa. That's why her man left her. Like the whole shebang. And the thing is that this is such a sensitive subject. And of course, it's horrible that Usane did that to Londie. Like, it is absolutely disgusting. And I just find the whole thing interesting, and not necessarily in a good way. I also want to say that, yeah, man, like, Usane was out of line, like, completely. And even Unonku in their lunch sort of thing was like, babe, you don't say things like that to women, because it can happen to anyone. And I wish all of these women could understand that, ne? And I'm not wishing anyone any malice or anything like that, but like, it's not taboo that your boo thing with all the money and all the glory and all the stuff like that can up and leave you the next day. And guys, do you remember Ulaton? The reason why the girls were angry at Ulaton was because Ulaton wasn't telling them what happened in her marriage, why she left, or who left who, or where all of that stuff. And some of them were sort of like disrespecting Ulaton because she was left by a man, right? Lord behold. And Ulundi was one of the people who weren't sympathizing with Ulaton regarding her relationship or a past relationship or her baby daddy, whatever the situation is. There, man. Look where we are now. And Nogu was like, this thing can happen to anyone. Anyone. Usane is like, I don't have a rich man. I don't depend on anyone, so it's not going to happen to me. Yeah, but you don't have a rich man today. But we know deep down inside you want one. And who knows what's going to happen to you in that scenario. I just feel like it was very tacky of Usane. And I also do want to say, this is what happens when you put someone who has nothing to lose in a show where people's ndabas and tea and business and families are in the limelight. Guys, we know nothing about Usane. The girls don't know anything about Usane. We don't know Usane. Okay, we know that she's a private chef, but we don't know how well established she is. We don't know her credentials. Is she credible as a private chef? We don't know her family. We don't know where she lives. We don't know if she's got children. We know nothing about Usane. So when Usane is going there, digging at everyone because she knows everything about everyone. It's like putting any other person who's watching the show, putting them there. I'm just not gonna drag the filth out of all of those wealthy women. Vele Usane is talking about Londie London's interview on Kaya FM. She's a watcher. She's on the other side of the show. And someone like that, giving someone like that much power is dangerous. Because Usane, you guys can't say anything to her. You don't know anything about her. But she knows everything about y'all. Because she been watching y'all. She been following y'all on social media. She knows everything about everyone. And I feel like Londie is not the only victim. And even now in this moment where she is having lunch with Nongu, does she not say Annie slept her way to where she is? Yeah. And she's going to keep doing that, Usane. She's going to target every each of them, one by one. Because she has nothing to lose. And those women have everything to lose. Maybe not everything, but like their polished look, their prim and proper, I'm doing well in life, I'm good. It can crumble because of one person who has nothing to lose, who will go underneath the ground, who will dig as far as they need to drag you. Usane is very much, she's the bullet waiting to explode, trust me. And I don't know how she got into the show. But you know what? I'm not mad because she's bringing the spice on the show. It's unfortunate that a lot of blood is going to have to be splattered, but that's what she's there for. And now we're saying Annie slept her way to the top. Next scene, we have Londie, Annie, and Sorisha. So they are meeting to sort of like talk to Londie, sort of like the reverse of what Onongu were having there. Now they're talking to Londie, asking her how she feels about what transpired. And if you guys are on social media, Londie has been trending for filth. And not because of her, but because of who she's affiliated to or attached to. She's been like humiliated by Indanga Yenzanga. It sucks, you know, and to have someone now be on a show, a whole grown woman, sort of like breaking you down, like kicking you while you're down. I just feel bad for Londie, and seeing her break down in that moment, talking about how in her second pregnancy she was alone. Like in her second pregnancy, she did it, like she felt completely alone, and it's just sad. But I do want to say that I'm proud of her for coming onto the show, because when I watched the first episode and I was like, Londie's not here, I was like, she's missing out on some good, you know, PR, because the best thing for Londie to do is to come onto the show, tell her story, secure her bag, pick herself up on the show, and blossom, you know, like the whole thing of hiding out and removing herself from the limelight or the spot that she, you know, fought to get into, because not everyone is a housewife, but Londie got in there. So I was happy to see her telling her story and being vulnerable with everyone. Yes, Londie was a mean girl. Yes, she didn't understand when Tonko was going through a similar situation, but also no woman deserves that. And hearing her talk about how the whole thing is painful because of her children. She thinks about her kids and she really loved this guy, and she worries if she has let her children down. Like, the whole thing is just really sad, and I do wish her well. It is unfortunate that she ends up leaving the show because I guess it's not comfortable enough for her, but I'm glad that she made the effort to actually be on the show and to tell us stories like, because she will always be a public figure, and that's her capital, that's her coin. So she needs to milk the life out of that. That's why I just feel like she should have stayed on the show and made money out of her pain and progress, instead of hiding out and stuff like that. But she's a musician, she's a social media star, she's a hot babe, she's a baddie, she's an OG baddie, so she can still do her thing. Nonku and her man. Hey guys, Unonku is like the embarrassing aunt. Unonku is like the embarrassing aunt, because Unonku, she already has verbal diarrhea. She can never say the right thing at the right time. She's already just like une tendencies ezi awkward man Unonku ezihlekisayo nje off yakuzoba off Unonku ne. But she went and now introduced us into a relationship. Like, it was bad enough in that other season where she was in a bathtub talking to some American guy. Unonku zinto lezazenzayo. That's what I'm saying. Nonku's like the embarrassing aunt, because now she has this new boo on the show who we don't know about. Usugapi, brother. I don't know, guys, if this guy wants fame or what, but it's definitely giving Tinder swindler, and I'm hoping my girl stays vigilant, because I don't know this guy. He's buying her a car in the courting stage of their relationship. A car, a beast of a car. I mean, shout out to her and him if he's, is good for it. But, and yes, man, guys, he couldn't the awkward, awkward. Don't know. I don't know if I should be happy for Unonku or be fearful. But there's something that's just not sitting right with my spirit when it comes to Lotata. I don't know how to feel. But congratulations to Nonku and her new car. And I guess this is a storyline, this is a storyline for her that will keep her longer on the show. I quite enjoy Nonku, even though she is awkward and weird and embarrassing, but I quite enjoy her. And I guess this is a storyline. So okay, I'm also going to speak about Sorisha. I feel like Sorisha is like brewing something. Because Sorisha keeps talking about how she feels like her husband isn't around. Oh, Viv is so busy. There's something, man, that is stirring, that is brewing. I don't know. She's like, this has been a consistent theme that she's been telling us in this new season. That it's not that they are unhappy or there's trouble, but she isn't fulfilled with the structure of their home, because Uviv is so busy. I know Uviv is a I think maybe a billionaire even, they just made a mall, but Uviv is so busy that he barely eats dinner with her. And I feel like Sorisha is telling us something. I don't know what, but I'm happy that we are at a point now where Sorisha is letting us into her life. I don't know, guys, but Sorisha, there's something that she's telling us. Even the discussion with her and her children, saying that your dad is not around, guys. And the children were like, hey, baby, you chose this life. Granted, guys, I thoroughly agree. I think a lot of people don't talk about how dating or being with like a busy, successful man has a lot of lonely nights, because I assume that person travels, that person isn't around, that person is always occupied trying to provide and maintain this lifestyle that you guys have. So he's gonna be absent. But in my personal opinion, a busy man is always a good man. A This man is a good man. That's just what I believe. I'm not saying like this man must never be around you. You must never communicate or have time for each other. But like a man must be busy, man. But yeah, and right. But I'm just saying that Sorisha is trying to tell us something, but we will see in the next episode. But I feel like there's something brewing here in this story, okay? So the last scene now is Nonku's celibacy party. Nonku has spent a whole year sana with no ziggy with no para iseso, nothing. Shout out to her though, you know, it's quite wholesome of her. The girls are coming together to celebrate Nonku's celibacy party, and the first people to arrive was Jojo. That guy, I think, was Jojo's like entourage or friend, I don't know. And that person comes with Maria, and Maria, you know, she's like an extra also. But Maria is coming there with this whole Sorisha beef in her head already. Sorisha obviously arrives, and then we have Usane as well. So upon arrival, you know, they start talking about like everything that has happened, blah blah blah. Jojo pulls Sorisha aside to tell Sorisha about what Usane said about Annie. That Annie supposedly slept her way to the top. She's just an assistant. Sorisha being Sorisha, the queen that she is, the above everything that she is, she immediately feels uncomfortable and she decides that, you know what, I don't even want to sit into this. I'm actually gonna go. I'm actually gonna vamoose and be out of here. Now Jojo is left to be the one to go explain to the ladies why Sorisha is leaving. So she tells them, man, I get babe, Sanya, it's about you and what you said about Annie. I get. So Usane is like, Jojo, why did you run your mouth? And granted, why did Jojo run her mouth? Because Jojo had all the opportunity in the world to go tell Annie first. And this is why we are here today. Annie made an Instagram post where she's dragging Jojo for being a fake friend, because why did you not tell Annie before going to tell other people and Sorisha? Why don't you tell Annie first that, hey, listen, this girl is saying this about you. Now you're caught in the fire. And Annie, one thing about Annie, she's not gonna play with anyone. She's gonna drag you to filth and she's gonna keep it 100. Annie seems like someone that doesn't need friends. She's not gonna beg for friends. So I'm pretty sure she's on the verge of cutting Jojo off if she hasn't. And Jojo's probably gonna cry her white tears, because that's what they do. It's not looking good for Jojo. It's not looking good for Jojo. And I actually do agree with Usane to some degree, but now why did you talk? I also find it funny that Usane sat there and denied the whole thing. She was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say all that. I didn't say any of that. And it's like, what? You literally said that. You literally said that. Like, it's weird. You're gonna sit there and lie and say you, like, what? Usane was like, I did not say that, honey. I don't know who that is. Sorry to that man. But yeah, that's pretty much where we are on the show right now. Usane is definitely the villain of the show, and I feel like all the women need to be very careful with that one, because Usane, like I said, she has nothing to lose. She's going to drag everyone to filth. You guys can't clap back because you don't know anything about her. She's just a viewer, and she knows all your business, and she's gonna tell it all. So just stay woke, guys. Anyway, that is my sort of like long but like very Zautini summarized or paraphrased review of season 3 of the Real Housewives of Durban. I really basically focused a lot more on what happened on episode 3, but I also tried to give you guys like an overview of my opinion on every cast member and what has happened in the past 3 episodes. But let me know in the comment section how you guys feel. Guys, ba kwenzeka ntoni kule season, because it's getting very steamy very soon. Like, we were not ready and it's already there. Like, the temperature is already hitting 5 at this point. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and of course hit the subscribe button, and let's talk, guys. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
I can't feel. I just wanna